The default leader has been Google because of their infrastructure advantage. They have the best model that people can use, and they have the most AI revenue. Yeah, OpenAI is winning, so accounting profit-wise, Microsoft is making money, but they're spending a lot of capex, right? You know that right now the biggest players in tech are locked in an all-out war to be the first to crack artificial general intelligence AGI, a machine that can think, reason, and learn like a human. But at a scale no human can match. At the forefront of this battle are 5 major contenders, each bringing unique strengths and challenges to the table. OpenAI was the first mover, leading with ChatGPT and revolutionizing the AI landscape, but it's now facing significant challenges in maintaining its dominance. Google DeepMind, once the undisputed frontrunner, is struggling to regain its footing after the rocky launch of Gemini. Meanwhile, Microsoft is playing the role of the silent kingmaker, funding OpenAI while quietly positioning itself as the dominant force in AI infrastructure. Then there's NVIDIA, the AI arms dealer, supplying the GPUs that fuel the entire industry, making money off every competitor. And finally, there's XAI, Elon Musk's wildcard, betting big on decentralized AI and robotics with long-term ambitions beyond just language models. So who actually has the best shot at winning? Let's start with OpenAI. When people think of AI, they think ChatGPT, and that's no accident. OpenAI took AI mainstream in 2022, turning ChatGPT into one of the fastest growing consumer products ever. It became the go-to AI tool, revolutionizing industries and reshaping how people interact with artificial intelligence. One of OpenAI's biggest strengths is its dominance in the AI model market. It has the most widely used AI system, giving it a massive data advantage that helps refine and improve future iterations. The company also pioneered reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF, making its models more aligned with human interactions. Plus, with Microsoft's backing, OpenAI has billions in funding and unlimited access to Azure's computing power, allowing it to train and deploy more powerful AI models at scale. But here's the problem. OpenAI doesn't own its infrastructure. While it builds the models, Microsoft owns the cloud that powers them, and NVIDIA owns the chips that make it all possible. OpenAI is spending billions training new models, but it still doesn't have a clear path to profitability, unlike Google or Microsoft, which can integrate AI into existing billion-dollar businesses. OpenAI's entire brand is tied to ChatGPT, and with AI models becoming cheaper and more widespread, its monopoly could disappear fast. The real test will be GPT-5. If it doesn't completely outclass its competitors, OpenAI's lead could vanish overnight. Google DeepMind. If OpenAI is the flashy frontrunner, Google DeepMind is the silent powerhouse waiting for the right moment to strike. DeepMind was the first lab to create an AI that beat humans at Go, a game once thought impossible for machines to master. It was a breakthrough that put DeepMind on the map as a serious contender in AI research. But since OpenAI took off, Google has struggled to turn its world-class AI research into real consumer products. They bet big on Gemini, their highly anticipated ChatGPT competitor. But let's be real, the launch was a disaster. Gemini's hallucinations and AI-generated historical inaccuracies caused a massive backlash, forcing Google to pull the model within days. It was a rare public failure for a company that has been at the forefront of AI development for years. But here's why you can't count them out. Google owns the largest dataset on Earth: search, YouTube, Gmail, Google Maps, and in AI data is everything. No company has more user interactions to train and refine AI models than Google. But unlike OpenAI, Google doesn't need to win in chatbots. It's integrating AI into search ads, Android and Google Cloud, where the real money is, and they're not just relying on software. Google is developing its own AI chips, TPUs, to reduce reliance on NVIDIA, giving them a long-term hardware edge. If they can scale production, the big question is, can Google move fast enough to catch up to OpenAI? They have the resources, but corporate bureaucracy has slowed them down before. If they don't execute well, Microsoft and OpenAI might leave them behind. Microsoft, everyone talks about OpenAI, but here's the real power move. Microsoft basically owns them. They've invested over $13 billion into OpenAI, making them the exclusive cloud provider for everything OpenAI does. Every time you use ChatGPT, DL, or Codex, you're actually using Microsoft Azure in the background. And this is where Microsoft's strategy is genius. They don't need to build AGI themselves. Instead, they own the infrastructure that runs it. No matter which AI model dominates, Azure is still making money. Even if OpenAI fails or falls behind, Microsoft still wins because AI is becoming deeply embedded into its biggest products, Windows, Office, and enterprise software. Microsoft also controls the entire AI supply chain, from GPUs to cloud servers to software deployment. giving them an edge over any competitor that relies on external providers. But there's a hidden risk. If OpenAI collapses or a stronger competitor emerges, Microsoft could lose billions in sunk costs. That's why they're hedging their bets by also investing in Anthropic, ensuring they have a backup plan in case OpenAI stumbles. For now, Microsoft is playing it safe, but make no mistake, they don't need to win the AGI race. They just need to own the AI economy when it happens. NVIDIA, there's a joke in the AI industry that the real winner of the AI war is NVIDIA. And for the longest time, it wasn't wrong. While OpenAI, Google, and Microsoft are burning billions training models and chasing AGI, NVIDIA has been making billions selling the hardware that powers them all. They aren't competing to build the smartest AI, they're supplying the picks and shovels in the biggest gold rush of our time. Let's be clear, without NVIDIA, there is no AI boom. AI models don't just need smart algorithms, they need insane amounts of computing power to train and scale, and right now every major AI lab, OpenAI, Google, DeepMind, Anthropic, XAI, is competing for one thing, NVIDIA's H100 chips. For years, NVIDIA has been untouchable. Their H100 chip and now B200 is the gold standard for AI workloads every major company relies on. Its demand has been sky high, with some AI labs waiting months just to get their hands on NVIDIA GPUs, and most importantly, NVIDIA controls the entire AI hardware ecosystem from chips to AI software stacks, like CUDA, making it extremely difficult for companies to switch away from them. But here's the problem. NVIDIA just hit its first major roadblock in early 2025. NVIDIA's stock took a massive hit, losing nearly $600 billion in market value in a single day. The reason: a new wave of competition. Chinese AI startup DeepSeek introduced an advanced AI model capable of competing with leading US technologies at a fraction of the cost, sparking fears that NVIDIA's grip on the AI market could weaken. And it's not just DeepSeek. Everyone wants to replace NVIDIA. Google has TPUs, tensor processing units. AMD is rolling out competitive AI chips, and even Intel's trying to break into the AI hardware game. The biggest threat: if OpenAI, Google, or Microsoft design their own chips and cut NVIDIA out of the loop entirely. That won't happen overnight. But for the first time in years, NVIDIA isn't looking as invincible as before. The AI war isn't just about software anymore. It's a fight for hardware dominance too. For now, NVIDIA remains the biggest winner in AI, but the question is, for how long? Elon Musk hates being left out of the AI race. He helped co-found OpenAI in 2015, but left after disagreements over the company's direction. Now, with OpenAI evolving into a Microsoft-backed giant, Musk has launched his own competitor, XAI. At first glance, XAI looks like it's playing catch-up. Its flagship product, GrowAI, is integrated into X, formerly Twitter, but in terms of sophistication, it's nowhere near ChatGPT's level. OpenAI has spent years refining its models, while XAI is still in its early stages. But here's why XAI is dangerous in the long run. Unlike OpenAI and Google, which rely on NVIDIA and Microsoft for computing power, Musk owns the entire AI stack. The AI, the cloud, and the hardware. Eventually, XAI could run entirely on Tesla's in-house AI infrastructure, reducing dependence on external suppliers. And Musk isn't just thinking about chatbots. His real play is robots. He has openly stated that he sees Tesla's Optimus robots as the true future of AI, not just large language models. If AGI happens, Musk wants it in physical machines, not just software applications. Then there's Starlink and AI, a game-changing combination for global dominance. While OpenAI and Google are limited to cloud computing, Musk has a worldwide internet network through Starlink, which could power decentralized AI systems anywhere on the planet. Right now, XAI is behind OpenAI and Google in terms of raw AI capabilities, but Musk plays the long game. If AGI shifts from chatbots to autonomous robots, XAI might be the biggest wildcard in this race. Who actually wins the AGI war? So after breaking down all the major players, who's actually winning this war in the short term, over the next 1 to 2 years, OpenAI and Google will continue to dominate consumer AI with GPT-5 Gemini and other advanced models rolling out. These two companies will have the most widely used AI tools on the market. However, the real financial winner remains Microsoft. Since it controls AI infrastructure through Azure, it profits no matter which AI model comes out on top in the midterm. Over the next 3 to 5 years, Microsoft and NVIDIA were expected to be the biggest financial winners. But recent events suggest NVIDIA's dominance may not be as secure as before. After a historic $600 billion stock drop, concerns are rising over whether NVIDIA can maintain its lead as competitors like Google's TPUs, AMD, and even Chinese AI startups ramp up their efforts to challenge its grip on AI hardware. NVIDIA's chips are still essential, but if OpenAI, Google, or Microsoft move toward in-house AI hardware, NVIDIA could lose its biggest advantage. Meanwhile, Google will continue expanding AI into search, YouTube, and Android, ensuring it stays deeply embedded in everyday life. OpenAI, on the other hand, faces a critical test. It must prove that it can survive financially without relying solely on Microsoft's backing in the long run over the next 5 to 10 years. The company that first achieves AGI will dominate everything, whether it's OpenAI, Google, or even a wildcard like XAI. And if AGI shifts beyond text-based models and into robotics, Tesla and XAI could emerge as unexpected winners given their focus on physical AI applications like Optimus robots. The truth, nobody knows exactly how this plays out. But one thing is clear. This is the biggest tech war of our time, and the stakes couldn't be higher if you've made it this far. Let us know what you think in the comment section below for more interesting topics. Make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.